Let's see what happens. Yep, I was lied to. Somewhere, somewhere, there's a way for me to edit the restream chat. Toggle the settings under embed in stream. I have no idea. No idea. Whatever. Welcome back, everybody. There's no music. What's happening? Why is there no music? Music.
Did Magma Studio rename Density to Flow?
Maybe? I believe so. They also added a bunch of brushes that I don't want. So there's a whole bunch of chicanery going on inside of Magma Studio. Why is there no music? What's going on here? Oh, Atomic, welcome in.
Is that a button to add a custom brush?
Yes. Somewhere beyond here is a dreamer's promised land. I don't get that reference. I thought maybe it was Rainbow Connection, but I don't think it's Rainbow Connection. How are you doing today? It's an old lyric. Gotcha. I was also thinking of Feifel Goes West. Yeah. That's where my brain's at today. Size, flow, opacity, stabilizer, tip shape. Yep.
Yeah. I have not seen Feifel Goes West in like 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
That is not hyperbole.
Same. I had a VHS copy of it. That's the last time I watched it.
Like, I have mad respect for Don Bluth, but he came up with some real traumatizing stories.
Cartoons can make the world a better place. Or traumatize them. I rewatched.
Do you remember?
What the hell is it called? The one with the mice people. They're all with mice people. What am I saying? Mr. Bigsby's wife or whatever. Yeah, The Secrets of Nim.
Yeah, Secret of Nim.
It's a fucked up universe.
It is. It super is. And apparently the book is better because the book doesn't have weird magic in the middle of all this technology.
That is what I've heard. I occasionally hear something that reminds you of Christian rock I listened to growing up. Gotcha. My mother was in charge of a youth program for many, many years. And so I got lots of access to Christian rock and rap and all kinds of stuff. And most of it was bad. So I try to avoid it as much as possible now. And yes, Christian rap is the thing. It's very strange. Ah. Brush milestone, 150 strokes. Thank you? Please don't do that. How do I turn this off?
Seems unnecessary.
Can be disabled. Can you guys see this? Okay, good. There's just confetti flying all over my screen. In view menu. View. Stroke milestones. No. Who thought that was a good idea? I am a wet blanket, to say the least. My investigator died.
Oh.
It was a pretty good death, but it was still a sad day. Still a sad day.
They just too squishy?
Oh, kind of. We went into a fight that we knew was going to be a big fight. Pretty weak.
I am honestly afraid of something similar happening in our game tomorrow.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I got knocked down, and then the team like the enemy's like basically like, get back off or we'll kill him, and I just looked at jump rope and I was like, it's fine. just do it. Because he's a Garan. He's like, I don't care. If he dies, he dies. He'll regrow in a bit. But he's out. He's out of the campaign, which is a bummer. And now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna play for the last episode of that campaign. The metaphors are usually pretty good, but they often aren't very good at matching to the music unless it's a ballad or something. What I've noticed is, like, yeah, I can kind of agree with that statement, because like Christian musicians are usually good musicians, like, but I feel like a lot of Christian lyricism is forced, and it just doesn't feel good, and it's kind of cringy, and just I hate it. So.
Not poetic, not clever.
Yeah. A lot of it feels very pandery. So.
I very much agree with that statement.
In the Chronicles of Darkness, there's a lot of art of werewolves in the Garu form? Werewolf form, okay. In clothing. There's an art about them wearing military clothing using a binocular. Interesting. Okay. Jarwan, is that from last week when we were drawing the werewolves?
Yeah, probably. Because I remembered stating, and I've always felt this way, that a character that suddenly grows a lot of fur is not going and like body changes pretty drastically. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna find most clothing to be useful or comfortable or.
That being said, like
pleasant in any way, yeah.
I think there is something to be said about, and like it makes sense for the World of Darkness, because like if there were more people, what brush milestones? Get the hell out of here! I turned you off for a reason. It just sent me a notification asking if it wanted to turn the notifications back on. That's not how any of this works. Aggie, stop screwing with your stuff. In a world where most people are werewolves, you think they would start building stuff for werewolves. So I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah.
But I also don't think in those like you shift a lot. I think you are just kind of in one form or the other most of the time.
Yeah, which would absolutely make it easier to have clothes, right? Because you're not changing shape, size.
I don't know if it was Love, Death, and Robots. It might have been Love, Death, and Robots. There was a little short film about grumpy baby. About like basically every unit in Iraq had a werewolf with them instead of a dog. It was really weird. It was really weird. Hold on a second.
Child, hey, 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 hey. Oh yeah, you got work. You got work. Yeah. Work. Oh, hello, kiddo. Hello. Good morning. Oh. Yeah, good morning.
All right. I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. How's everybody's week? It is Friday. Moving into the weekend. I think it's supposed to be kind of rainy here again. I'm not super sure about that. For those of you who are new here, we are going to be doing the viewer suggestions. So we're just doing a quick warm-up to get our drawings out, and then we will start taking suggestions and images from the list of suggestions by rolling dice, and the dice will decide which ones we draw. Black kid, is that what you said? Sometimes they'll take a pacifier, and sometimes they'll just like chew on it a little bit and then go blah, like they're just that as loud as they can, blah. It's like, all right.
That's good. Learning how to communicate exactly what, exactly how they're feeling, exactly what they want.
I also don't think it counts as first words, but goo is apparently the colloquialism for the week.
Yeah. Oh my, such an awake boy. Yes.
Do. Okay, let's draw this rugby. See if I can draw this rugby with one hand. Rahu, the full moon warriors of all kinds, from the brawlers to the seasoned commander storm lords, alphas pushing themselves through ordeals, hardships, and conflicts. Are those different classes or are those different races? Just woke up from a nap. Shy, that's pretty great. It is 11 a.m. here, so I'm not yet ready for a nap, but I did sleep in, so.
I will probably be ready for a nap by the time the stream is done. Man, I was really mentally exhausted after the stream Wednesday.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think,
Just took it out of you?
yeah.
We did go a little longer than normal, so.
And I was also pushing it kind of on the faster end of getting things done, but also still at like trying to get decent quality. So I don't know. I just pushed myself, and I was exhausted, and I pieced out on Corvus pretty fast. And I hope that he does not think that I don't like hanging out with him, because I really do. I was just like, I could not articulate how exhausted I was, and I feel bad now.
I tried to come back and do some art, and then I got waylaid by the child, and so I just didn't get anything done. Regardless of their aspect, the first change under the full moon means they are bigger and quicker to anger. Oh, interesting. Faction. Got it. Most monsters have two things they need to choose: a social faction and a birth faction. Got it. Okay, so that's kind of... So everybody's a werewolf, but you get to choose the type of werewolf and who you're allied with. Oh, and vampires, okay. Covenants, where werewolves have allspice and a tribe. Cool.
Auspice.
I like allspice better. I'm covered in pitch. Just now realizing this. I just have like sticky wood
Sticky
goo.
with pine tar.
Yep. It just, you can't, nothing gets it off. Like, you just...
Isopropyl alcohol.
Oh, yeah? Stop! Brush milestone. You're creating a masterpiece. Like, stop.
I mean, they're correct though. This is a masterpiece.
I guess.
Oh, Rugby's wearing his plumage today.
I feel like every time Aggie tries to add something, it just makes me want to use it less. Like, every single time.
Yeah. It really does feel like they're trying to do like a social platform more than a drawing platform,
Yeah.
which is frustrating because all I want from it is for it to be a good drawing platform. And it is still decent at that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a functionally good platform, but like, all of the fluff they're adding is... I can turn ads on if I want. That'd be cool, right? For free Blaze. I don't know what Blaze is. Is Blaze the paid version that I had and was awful and I got rid of? Like, paying for this program functionally made it worse, is the problem. My grandfather, when he had a sawmill, and so his trick for getting pitch off of you was to just rub dirt on it. You just rub dirt on it until you had a nice thick layer of muck, and then you could kind of wash the muck off. Or the dirt just made it not sticky, and you just looked dirty.
Yeah, that is what I was taught in Scouts.
Yep. How to not be sticky? Rub dirt on it.
No.
You really need to choose a birth faction to create your character, but there isn't really a benefit for not joining a social faction. Okay.
I have actually tried and can confirm that isopropyl alcohol is a solvent that can dissolve pine resin.
Gotcha.
Or, well, tree resin.
I will try that later. I feel like I've tried that before, and it doesn't always work. I'm gonna bling Rugby up here. I wonder if Dalcor has printed another Rugby figure. He's been sculpting one again.
Yeah,
Those are
I'm
always funny.
curious. I haven't seen any updates since what he posted last week, I think it was.
Are you drawing a shrimp? What is this?
It is a beetle.
With the
It's a
mouth fluffs?
10 stripe. Yeah, it's a 10 stripe June bug.
Oh, all right. Nice. All right, let's start. Let's get this going. It's Friday, right? Oh, we have a bunch of people in chat. No one's talking. That's great. I mean, two people are talking, but like, I'm like, where is everybody? Usually we have a whole bunch of people cussing at me about something or another.
Yep.
Today sounds like a chill day, and I'm okay with that. Gross. Bugs are gross. Not like, they shouldn't live, let's kill them all, but like, I don't want to touch them. I'm good not touching bugs.
I love 10-striped June bugs. You get them very rarely around where I live, in like because we're high mountains. I think they usually hatch later, so we don't usually get them until like the very end of June, maybe early July.
Gotcha. I was out.
But they're pretty big.
Like how big? Like quarter? Nickel? Mouse?
Like a little bit. They're a little bit longer than a dollar coin.
Okay.
Maybe the size of like an old silver 50-cent piece. They're pretty big.
Gotcha. I was out at the archery range a week or two ago, and I saw a little beetle that was just like a little like this. Very generic beetle, but like completely rainbow colored.
Oh yeah, they do that.
Yeah. Looked pretty cool.
I learned that there was a. Okay, I'm gonna have to look up this quote because it is my favorite quotation from a biologist I think I've ever heard.
Which is what?
I need to look it up.
Okay.
Hold on.
I rolled an 11, which is a half-elf bard. College of Creation that wears painter overalls and uses painter's tools instead of instruments. I like it.
Nice. Okay, I've got the quote whenever you're ready for it.
Get it.
Okay, so British evolutionary biologist and geneticist J.B. Haldane is quoted as having quipped, if there is a god or a divine being who has created all living organisms on Earth, then they must have had an inordinate fondness for beetles.
There are a lot of beetles.
That is in response to the totally true fact that of all of the species that have ever been described and are currently being discovered and are being described, roughly 1 in 4 of them is a type of beetle.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many beetles compared to like not necessarily in like the number of each individual species, but the number of different types of species. There are so many.
There's a bunch of pill bugs or roly-polies. Yep, I love them. They're terrestrial crustaceans, and you can cook them like shrimp. I did not know that. The ones in Idaho are only like this big. They're tiny.
Yeah.
But I used to catch them.
They, People, I did not know this. People have raised roly-polies, isopods, potato bugs, pill bugs, whatever you want to call them. They've raised them as pets and bred them, and now there are like varieties that have interesting colors.
Yeah.
Including ones that have yellow heads that are called rubber ducky isopods. They're so cute.
Yep. Isopods are great for keeping tanks clean, I think.
Yeah, they are detritivores. They eat dead stuff. And poop.
Yep. So it makes sense to that people would start kind of there's some really expensive ones too. They're like ghost one? I can't remember what they're called. There's some like fluorescent blue ones. Porcilio laevis.
I have not heard of those. In my high school biology class, somebody brought in some from their yard, and I guess like something in their soil had turned them like purple. So they were a dark purple color. For the most part, they looked normal, but when you looked closer at them, they were decidedly purple.
That's funny.
Which was very cool.
They're often on their backside, so I flip them over. That's weird. I wonder what knocks them over.
5-year-olds.
Bri, welcome in. Hello. I'm struggling to draw the human shape today. Maybe I don't need to do the whole body. Maybe I just need to do the top half.
What?
Boom, 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 boom. Trying to get like the actual shape and pose I want first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm struggling a little bit. I think it's partially because of the halflings. I always want to draw halflings like. Wait, was it a half elf or a halfling? Shoot, it's a half elf. Okay, so that might fix part of my problems. Half elf, half what though? Did Rookzer just ask everyone to cuss at him? I just joined, and that's what I heard. No,
That's not what I heard.
I said there's chat is surprisingly quiet because usually there's people in here just cussing at me about something or another. Drawing everything as a top hat. That's pretty cool. Oh lordy. I just realized I tried to unmute myself and I didn't. So smooth. Smooth me. The metallic beetles are super cool looking.
They're all amazing.
What would you call Leonardo da Vinci's clothes? Because like, was that like a painter's smock, or did he just wear that around? Do you think he had painting clothes?
Oh, I think that's a painter's smock. I don't think that is typical clothing. I think it's depicted on him specifically to show that he was an artist. I could be wrong though. Renaissance era clothing is not my specialty.
Right, not hard, kind of hard to read. We gotta give him a big Bob Ross fro. I played some Helldivers last night with some friends that have just started playing it. And I'm like, there are people that have played the game way more than me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm like, but like, I think I've unlocked everything, like mechanically. So it's like, okay, so I've played the game, and I was like, yeah, we can do whatever. I don't care. Like, we can play this hard setting, we can play on low setting, and then we played on like a medium, like a 4 or 5 out of 9. And it was great. It was fun. And then Jump Rope and I did like a 4 by ourselves later, and we just got our asses handed to us. We're like, what happened? Which is, how did this, like... We're better than this. What's going on? The game is just so, sometimes shit just hits the fan for no reason, and it's weird.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I don't know where to submit a prompt. You can just submit it right here in the chat. So every Monday I post a YouTube community post where people can suggest them, and I take those and put those on the list. If you suggest them in the chat, I just add it to the list right then. So if you want to submit it here, you're very welcome to. The deep ocean gigantic isopod looks like a huge roly-poly. Yeah, it does.
That's because it's exactly what it is.
It absolutely is.
I believe it's genetically identical. The only difference is the environment.
Mm-hmm. Which is terrifying. But also, can you imagine if roly-polies were that big, we could eat them.
Yeah. I believe that's what somebody was saying earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I missed that, I'm
There are kinds of terrestrial ones that are large enough you can eat. Not that large. I believe those giant oceanic
cricket-sized?
isopods get. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I believe those giant oceanic ones get like lobster-sized.
Yeah.
And they are crustaceans, not bugs, or not insects. So it's an easier sell to tell people this is just a really funky land crab. It's totally okay to eat, rather than saying it's a cricket, it's a bug, and you're gonna put it in your mouth.
You know what? I don't like. Have I eaten shrimp? Yes. Have I eaten lobster and crab? Yes. Do I like it? It's okay. I think they're all bugs.
I would tend to agree with you, and I do not like them, but I don't like ocean fish in general. So
if you have to
But we've had
slather
that
something in butter
conversation.
to eat it, you don't
It's not
actually
that
like
good.
it. You just like the butter.
If it only tastes good and can only be eaten with garlic butter, then that's even more of a sign that it's not actually good.
Just adding more things to it.
Yep. Coming at you, escargot.
I never had escargot.
I mean, it's basically boiled or deep fried in herbs and butter and garlic. So. But I think the thing about escargot is, I don't know how it became such a hoity-toity thing, because the
French.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. But like the nature of snails as food is not that they're exceptionally tasty. It's that they're exceptionally easy to farm.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's something to be said about things that used to be kind of peasant food.
Yep.
Kind of got elevated just because of the way cooking culture works.
Yeah. And that is basically all of French.
Because lobster used to be the same way. Lobster and crab was like, was like, yeah, sea bugs, gross, don't eat that. And now it's just like super expensive.
Yeah, that was the thing the fishermen ate because they sold everything else.
You used the fish you didn't sell to catch that, and then that's what you took home.
Yep.
When I think of 90s aesthetics, I think punk goth. Is Jaro watching last week's episode? Like, are you watching that right now? I feel like this is what we talked about last week. Oh god, am I watching last week's episode? That would be really funny. F's in chat if you're watching me draw a painter lady. Is it the same chat? That would be really funny.
That would be very funny.
If Restream.
But I mean, like I've got the stream up. I see you drawing a painter, and I see a giant bug with an 8-pack. So.
All right. I see a painted lady with a bug, big bug. Okay, good. Good. I think I asked you about your name. I have no idea what's happening with YouTube. Shy, if you would want to suggest a character, you're very welcome to. Just put it in chat. I vaguely remember I was talking about that. Was it Shy? I did something awesome and also kind of weak the other day. I've been trying to finish this tiny painting for somebody, like an actual painting, and I gave up on it and just started doing finger painting, and it looks way better. Turns out I just don't like brushes.
Yeah, I feel that.
Punk rock, glam rock, pretty close. Yeah.
Glam rock is late 80s though, isn't it?
Yes. Glam rock is very 80s.
I guess late 80s, early 90s, it's all basically the same thing. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, because I don't know if they're... I'm trying to think of 90s bands. That's kind of the weird thing of when you think about stuff is like, do you talk about when they were famous or when they started? And that's kind of, you can do either.
Yeah.
I saw someone online complaining because they were like, I think it was, oh shoot, what was it? They were saying that a band was a 90s band because they started in like December of 99. And it's like, no, that is not 90s.
Squeeze me? No,
yeah,
yeah.
like that is very early 2000s music. So you go where the muse takes you to dinner? Yeah, I guess so. Strap a mini laser gun on the back? Okay. Of the isopods. Painting can be used to fake your fingerprints, and the person can use your identity to commit a murder. That's true.
Fortunately, fingerprints are no longer admissible evidence in most instances.
Also, maybe I won't say that on YouTube. Trying to figure out a way to say this without getting in trouble. Or you could go the Dexter route and work for the cops, and then they already have your fingerprints on files, and then you just be like, whoops, my bad. I done contaminated it.
Crime scene.
I'm just incompetent. Definitely not a murderer.
Dexter, how are your fingers all over this murder weapon? I touched it. No, you didn't.
I accidentally sneezed.
Absolutely.
We found this in the guy's pancreas.
Ugh.
Yep. Sneezed all over his pancreas. My bad.
Once again, learning about how important cast shadow is in order to get depth.
I've been trying to wrap more. Like wrap shapes around things.
Yeah.
I feel like I've become kind of lazy with it, and so it's like, oh, I need to really focus on drawing things behind things. And in the process of doing that, I've essentially just stopped drawing both arms ever. It's like, only ever draw one arm.
Which sounds like a very pleasant kind of bonus to me.
Yeah. I'm not mistaken, don't you do like 5 to 10% of all murders get unsolved? I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. In 2021, only 51% of homicides were solved according to the FBI statistics analyzed by the Murder Accountability Project. Interesting. That's terrifying. How dare he? He defies his pancreatic oath. Oh no. Have either of you played Magic the Ascension or Mage the Awakening? Mage the Ascension. I have not, yeah.
No.
I think Bri talked about Mage before. Are those the same things? Dun, 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 dun. I have version 1 and version 2.5. Cool, okay.
Yeah. As much as
So I know a little bit about it.
Yeah, as much as I definitely want to encourage people to go out and try as many different systems as possible to like learn that 5e is not the only option. I've actually played surprisingly few systems. I've like my mains have always been Pathfinder and Powered by the Apocalypse. I've always wanted to get into Call of Cthulhu, but haven't had a table for it. And yeah, I don't know. I've wanted to try a bunch of other systems, but there's also a bunch of systems that kind of cover genres that I'm not super interested in. For example, I'm not really interested in Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah, I tried to get into Vampire the Masquerade once, and it wasn't my jam. It's got it's the RP heavy nature of it. I don't jive with well.
Yeah.
I've run into this problem in regular D&D too, though, because like I love just breaking character and just saying shit. Like, it would be really funny to do this, or I punch that guy in the face, and they're like, "Oh, roll your dice." I'm like, I'm not actually punching him in the face. I'm just being sarcastic, which doesn't work when you're supposed to like be in character the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. I don't mind an RP heavy system, but I kind of have some problems with the lore. I guess I don't have problems with the lore. I respect it for Vampire the Masquerade, but it's it kind of leans too heavy into the genre in a way that I don't care for.
Interesting. Into the vampire genre or the like role play genre?
The vampire genre.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot about it that feels like really bad vampire literature to me. And because of books that I've read in the past,
it's like fan fiction.
Didn't care for it.
That's fair. Why do you always draw insects, Drew? Oh wait, why do you almost always draw insect naked? Charu,
I always draw almost everything naked because I'm a nudist and because clothes are frustrating to draw. And yeah. I also think that normal bodies are beautiful and normal, and yeah. And then I always draw insects because I don't know. I did myconids for a really long time. I usually want something for a warm-up that gets me into the character drawing mindset, but but I can play with the anatomy a little bit. So that's why bugs currently. I did swamp monsters for a while.
Swamp monsters was pretty good.
I've got so many myconids though. I think I did myconids for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need something else.
We could make some myconid playing cards with that.
Yeah, we could.
That could be fun. I could print some of those out, and then if they're good, we could actually order and make them. Turn them into tarot cards.
Certainly have enough.
Yep.
Not all of them are great.
Aberrant. How will you change the world? Nice. I've only gotten into tabletop RPGs last year with 5e. I'm learning there's more systems out there, but back in the back of my mind, I'm like, is it derived from D&D and fine-tuned? I enjoy old games and love game design. Yeah, that's kind of my thing too. Like 5e, I loved old school D&D, and like 3.5 was really fun, but it was complicated, and Pathfinder took it in a direction that I really liked. And so now I really like Pathfinder and Pathfinder system. And then 5e took 3.5 and took it in a different direction, which I don't dislike, but it is different. And so these two things are both derived from something that I loved, and so I'm those are the two that I stick to. Everything else, like you said, Powered by the Apocalypse and stuff, like those are good systems, but I really just I'm in love with the old math based shenaniganry. So
Yeah.
in Mage of the Awakening, 2E Paradox is less about being seen and more about being too hubristic. Is Paradox a class, race, or is that just a system? Is that the magic system?
I'm assuming it's a system.
Okay. We gotta get some paintbrushes in the hair.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Well, that's one of the things that I miss about having long hair.
Sticking paintbrushes in them.
Having a man bun is a great place to shove pencils and chopsticks.
I only did that.
Whatever else.
I did that like during COVID, right after I stopped cutting my hair for like 4 years, and so yeah, I had like a big man bun, because I couldn't stand it being in my face, and so I just put hair ties in it and stuff. And I a few times stuck stuff in it, and then I forget about it, and I'd be like, I shouldn't do this, or I'll like.
Yeah, I laid down and stabbed myself in the back of the head with a pencil a couple times.
Yeah. Paradox is what happened when reality backlashes against magic. Ew, weird. Mage lore is both Ascension and Awakening are so complex that it would take more than 5 hours to explain Ascension alone. That's also like part of my. One of the reasons I like 5e is because it's so fast to explain. It's just like fill in this paperwork and then we play the game.
Yeah.
With Pathfinder being a little more complicated than that. So.
But Pathfinder's kind of still basically the same thing. It's like you look up the rule. The rule is usually a sentence to a paragraph long, and then you implement it.
Mm-hmm.
I very much do not like, or I have absolutely zero interest in learning like really complicated war games like Warhammer, for example.
Yeah, I like Warhammer conceptually, because it's a war game. So it's like, yeah, it's just like if you want to roll 30 dice, that's the way to do it. And not hypothetically, on paper, I think I would enjoy building an army for Warhammer. Like, that sounds fun to me. But in practice, I just like there's so much lore, and there's so like it's so kind of backlogged or back charged with all of that it's really hard to ever try to get into it. It's just like, I want to get into this, and people are like, well, let me give you 15 books to read, and it's like, I'm never mind. I'm good.
And
so
and then on top of all that, Games Workshop is a shit show, and the fandom is pretty toxic. So.
Paradox represents how far you make a spell that is separate from reality, in reference to throwing a pebble into a pond or throwing a boulder into a glass of water. Okay, gotcha. I understand now. Reality is elastic. That's right. I remember you talking about that. It's like the players are kind of allowed to build and warp reality in that game, which is fun. I like letting my players have some freedom with that. Most World of Darkness games have some element of faction or political system. between them. Gotcha. Yeah, and I think that fits into the whole same thing with Vampire the Masquerade thing, right? Like it's very much they build your RP like mechanically. They give you like you should be a different faction from these people, so you will feel a certain way about them, and that's kind of cool. It's good guidance for that type of game.
Yeah.
Chronicles of Darkness game lines that have the least lore is probably Deviant or Renegade. They're all I like the naming conventions.
Yeah, same. They all sound badass.
Yeah. Chalupa, the Dinnering. Okay, I think I am done with this halfling painter. I feel like she needs like a belt though with some jars of paint. All right, I'm gonna go run into the other room real quick, and then I'll be back and we'll do the next one.
All right.
You about ready for yours?
Probably be ready for roll by
Alright,
the time
cool.
you get back.
I'll be right back. Hang tight.
So I just got a hand to do, and I suppose there's enough space here. I can do. I can put feet on this buggo. These Popeye arms are not anatomically correct. I'm just gonna make it a fist. Nah, that's good enough. I don't suppose this counts as a Thri-kreen anymore, does it? Thri-kreen maxed out strength and con. Yeah, kind of. I think I'm probably going to need to put a
Okay.
light color underneath it. A little sloppy.
Oops.
This could probably work for Trox, right, Rook?
Yeah, I think so. Thri-Kreen maxed out on strength and con. Is that the is that your suggestion?
No, that was them responding to my. I asked
Gotcha.
chat while you were gone if this could still function as a Thri-Kreen.
You just noticed the secondary pair of arms. Yeah. It's good. Okay, I need a D12. Uh-oh. I don't want to open a new bag of dice. Oh, there's one. 9. Bonjour. Big scary Wookiee brawler barbarian dude. All right. I don't know what I was
Wookiees are
expecting.
very cool.
Wasn't a Wookiee.
Yeah. I mean, same, but I'm not going to complain. Wookiees are pretty badass as far as
Wookiee's a bugbear? Essentially, yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
Except they're very tall. I mean, I guess bugbears are tall, but they're kind of like, they're beefy. I guess they wanted a beefy Wookiee, right?
Yeah, bugbears feel a little bit more like gorilla proportions to me, as Wookiees are very like kind of more Bigfoot.
Yeah. I think that's a good good analysis. I want them to be a little more
upright.
Mm-hmm. What is tall? I mean, just saying. I think Wookiees are like 7 to 9 feet, something like that. Average 7 feet tall, making the fourth tallest species, typically 2.2 tall. 2 meters tall, wearing a hard. Half bugbear, half furball. Yeah, kind of. Wrath of the Oblivion. How many of those games are there? Or are they all just different supplements? When did Bigfoot first get video recorded? Where's Corvus? I need Corvus's knowledge base.
I have no idea.
What if the first Bigfoot is just somebody in a Wookiee costume? Have we thought about this?
Sure, somebody's thought about it.
Oh, wait a minute. This Chewbacca. That does not make sense. Sorry, that was a Chewbacca defense reference. It was original Lion, Vampire, the Masquerade, Werewolf, the Apocalypse, and Mage, the Ascension were the big three. Oh, and the rest are just kind of people's variants of them. Oh man, I think my screen is crooked again. Gotta flip it. Yep. Super crooked. Oh, I forgot about this guy. The Wookiee from The Mandalorian. Freaking badass. Or I guess it was Book of Boba Fett.
There's enough overlap. They're almost the same thing at this point.
Yeah, I really think the Book of Boba Fett was just like Mandalorian season 2.5. So there were 5 more published after that before the line rebooted and they ended the world. Okay. Fair enough. Mage, Werewolf, Vampire, Ghost, Fae, Mummies, White Wolf, Bigger Series, Hunters, Forgot. Got it. Interesting. Interesting. Druid, you're coloring.
I know.
Just wanted to point it out. You're welcome to do so.
Can't help it.
That's fine, as long as you're aware. Not shaming, just pointing out.
I like the drawing enough. I felt like it was worth it.
Sure. World and Chronicle are 2 different continuities. Okay. Okay, here's a suggestion. Lizardfolk dual-wielding twin bone ribcage shields. Nice. As a monk? Ooh, interesting. Shield monk? Sounds pretty cool. It is on the list.
Love a non-standard monk. I think my favorite monk I've ever played was an archer.
Yeah, the Zen Archer is pretty cool. Was that in 5e or in Pathfinder?
I played it in Pathfinder.
Okay, I was gonna say there's a build for that in Pathfinder that's pretty good.
Yeah, I had to talk my GM into fudging some rules for me to get the bow, but
Oh, interesting.
yeah, because I didn't. I know I could have done it legitimately, but I was lazy.
Gotcha. I gotta figure out what I want to make next for my next campaign. I might just remake Cranberry Crunch. Cranberry Granola Crunch. He's pretty great. I feel like it's a Sam character, like, naming convention, and I'm not okay with that. But also, like, what else would you name a Leshy that just doesn't... I should find something, like, poetic to name him. Had it was great, yeah. Cranberry granola crunch is pretty fun, though. He just wants to toast himself into a granola bar.
He is very funny. And I do think he worked pretty well as a bard.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm starting to click on stuff. Roll a random character and you have to play it, no edits. That's not fun for me. Okay.
Yeah,
I hate that so much. I know it's your thing, Brian. I don't want to like discourage you from doing it because I have friends that do that and they love it. Like I've seen somebody do that and it was the funniest thing. But I don't know.
I gotta do purpose-built characters, honestly.
The Tetra Cube, yeah. I mean, you kind of have to do that. Like, even when I make NPCs, I generally like to make them. Like, I don't like just random build NPCs. Waiting for server response. Stop tracking
same.
my freaking sketch lines and just... I could do kind of random, right? Like, I would be fine, like, random class, and then let me build something with it, right? Like, I'm okay, especially with when we're talking about, like, roguelikes. The thing that make roguelikes fun to me is when it's your choices that determine whether or not you win or lose.
Yeah.
But when everything is random, it falls apart, and it's like, I might as well not be playing the game. I might as well just roll the dice and let the game decide if I won or not. So, is there a place to pick up one-shot on the Discord? Pick up one-shots on the Discord? I mean, we have the D&D place, and people can play D&D. You can put stuff there.
Yeah, you can try to get a game together.
Mm-hmm.
Although I will say that that has proven to be difficult for many people in the past.
Right, and it's partially because, like, we don't host them. Like, we don't host the games, but I wanted to put a place for
Yeah.
people to kind of come together, and I think part of that is because it's a lot of players looking for games, not DN just looking for...
Looking for players.
Yeah. And then, if not, I know Indestructible and OKSDM, they have a lot more like game hosts and like sometimes are looking for players, but they're playing their own systems. So if you want to just play games, I would go there. Hopefully soon I'll be starting to DM some more. Because I'm afraid what's going to happen here is in a few weeks, the live streams are going to kind of get a little janked up just because I'm going to be taking care of the kid. So either the live streams are going to have to be more talk oriented, and that might be where I actually just start building campaigns. Like we start talking about that or playing, because I can DM while I'm holding a kid, right? Like I don't have to I don't have to actually actively engage in art. So that might be something we do, is we start running more games, or I just start streaming later I might have to, have when Jump Rope gets off work, then I stream for an hour or something. Just do the live stream like shorter times over the week. You want a DM? Yeah. I bet as soon as you post in there, hey, looking for players, you will be filled up in about an hour.
Yeah.
So, and if you want to put something in the promotion or in the general chat, that's fine too. Just be like, hey, I'm looking for players over in this chat. That's totally fine. I found the Shadow Dark quick start, and I really want to try it before I build out a world for it. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, definitely feel free. That's what that chat is for. Just realized that the Thry-Green Wild Magic Barbarian can use the secondary arms when their 1/8 Wild Magic grants their weapon light or throwing properties. Ooh. That could be fun. Like, you just throw 4 daggers. I really like second editions, kind of addition things like it doesn't matter how many limbs you have for attacks.
Yeah.
It's just like you can attack
just
3 times.
action economy. Yeah.
Yep. Flurry of Blows is really strong in second edition. It's so good.
We haven't seen it in our game yet, so I don't know. I've been worried about it, honestly.
Jump Rope's been playing a monk, and Jump Rope has really bad luck with rolls for some reason on Foundry. I don't know if it's a computer or something, but it feels like she rolls a lot of 2s, consistently 2s. And last night she rolled 2 nat 20s in a row, like on separate turns, like 2 turns in a row. But she's attacked 3 times each turn, so it's like that's fine. But she finally crit, and it's like stun damage the stun goes off. You get critical damage. You get a punch again, and so it's like 70 damage in a round of just like, and I was like, oh my god. Because you have Dragon Stance. Yeah, all the stances are really cool too, but they work with Flurry of Blows, so it's just like, yeah, it's pretty bonkers. Switch into a stance with 1 action, and then you get to attack with like a D10. Then you get to attack with a D6. And you go off. Curse dice, yeah. She needs to make a character that needs to roll, though. I found the Shadow Work quick start, and they really want to try. Oh, yeah, I just read that. I'm sorry. After Cranberry Granola Crunch, I heard that there's a fried green, and my brain inserted tomatoes. Fried green. Cranberry fried green tomatoes. Applied it to the name of Druid's Beetle. That's pretty funny. I find it Changeling the Dreaming. So so the idea, I think I'm starting to put this together. Each of the Worlds of Darkness is essentially a themed monster. The books are essentially like manuals for a type of faction. Can you play all of them interchangeably? Got it, correct. Okay. So you're basically just playing World of Darkness, and you just have different modules based on what character you want to play. Wrath
All right,
of the
I'm ready for a
Oblivion.
prompt.
Does that make you like a ghost? Yeah, go ahead. Roll me a d12.
Natural 20.
That's not a d12.
I heard D20. Sorry.
Sorry. Is that roll a d12? Natural 20. I was like, what? Human woman, Thurgy wizard, in a time before gods, religion, a nomadic herbalist, and arcane pioneer. So a primordial sorcerer, thaumaturge. Well, wait, Thurgy, is that Thurgy wizard? Is that a D? Like yeah. I can't remember what the Thurgy wizard is.
I believe it's a religious wizard.
Yeah, I was gonna say deific, like deific magic.
Yeah.
They're all connected. Yep.
Hey, Corvus.
Corvus, what's a Thurgy wizard?
I was trying to say it, but my mic wasn't working. The Thurgy wizard was a Unearthed Arcana subclass for wizards that allowed them to have divine magic.
Okay, so a human wizard, human divine wizard woman in a time before gods. That's pretty cool.
That is
a
pretty
shaman.
cool.
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
that's a cool character.
Yeah. The Wiktionary says a theurge is one who works miracles or persuades a god or spirit to perform a supernatural work.
Jesus wizard.
Could be a spirit.
You can cross over with some work, but they work best with everyone as the same kind of monster. Gotcha. Okay. They're all connected, but species of the type of the main monster. Got it. Okay.
Also, Wraith does let you play as a ghost.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm starting to try to
watching
figure it out.
videos on the different World of Darkness games today.
Nice.
Probably like the two most famous ones or most popular would be like Vampire and Werewolf.
Yeah, that's what Brian was saying, yeah, in the Discord.
And probably followed by Wraith. I think Wraith is really popular.
The first session of Wraith will probably start with the death of your character. Okay, cool. Okay, that makes sense. I like that.
Yeah. And like depending on how you die is the like where you end up at in the underworld. There's also Mummy. That's an option as well.
Mummy the Rappening.
What is the Mummy one?
Mummy the Embalmed.
And there's also like sometimes other versions of like a pre-existing. So like there's Vampire the Masquerade, which is like the most popular, but then there's Vampire the Requiem,
Okay.
which I really don't know much about.
Doritos the Luncheoning.
Mummy the Resurrection,
Alright, that makes sense.
or Mummy the Curse.
The Cursening. Werewolf the Apocalypse Purgatory. First look at developers. Nice. Is that going to be a board game or a digital game?
I don't know.
Werebear. Werebear the Apocalypse.
I know they had a game come out a few years ago, but it didn't exactly do well.
That's happened a few times. Yeah. Because they've made Vampire the Masquerade games.
Mm-hmm.
They've made games based on it, but like not directly related to it. I think the problem is that like really if you want to make a Vampire the Masquerade game, you essentially have to make like either KOTOR or like how Baldur's Gate did it.
Well, that is an option. That is one of them. So there's Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I think there was one before it, where you got to like basically make your own character who undergoes their first changing.
Okay, I had thought that game that came out was like a hack and slash, which I don't think is what
That
people
is
want.
also one.
That might be the one I'm thinking of then.
It's like weird team-based shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
Called Swan Song.
It's just like I don't think that's what people were looking for.
Yeah, no. Nope.
from Chronicles of Darkness. Okay. Mummy the Resurrection is World of Darkness. Got it.
Trying to get a vaguely religious pose, and this is just coming off as "come at me, bro."
I mean, that's you just define religion in general.
One of the ones I really want to try playing at least once is Changeling the Dreaming, where you play as a changeling.
Yeah, I think they were just talking about that. In WOD? I don't know how to say that. Is that different?
Let's see here.
Saying something like you start the game and everybody's characters get swapped out by fake creatures.
Mm-hmm. And then there's another one called Changeling the Lost, where you can play the human who got swapped out.
Oh, funny.
And you've like made your way like through the Thorn Patch, as it's referred to, I think.
Interesting.
But because of you traveling to and from the Feywild or Royal Fairies, it changes you, and so you're like basically no longer human.
Makes sense.
So.
That was basically Jump Rope's character in that Fey campaign, Pathfinder campaign we played briefly. The seventh son of a seventh son sold to the Fae.
When in doubt, sell your children. Appease the spirits. Wookiees don't need pants. What am I doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I like the belt though.
I'm a man. I'm a dog. I'm my own best friend. saw a like a God, what was it? One of those shitty articles that just like try to hook you in from nothing.
Yeah.
And it was like Spaceballs is better than all of the original Star Wars movies. And it's like, no. But I'm not gonna click on this. Drag, welcome in. Spaceballs is great. I need to rewatch Spaceballs.
It's funnier than all of the.
I mean, it's a parody.
But
movie, so
but it's a comedy.
Yeah.
Comic parody. I think that Team 4 Stars Dragon Ball Z Abridged is better than all of the original Dragon Ball.
You know what? I have thoughts. And they're not necessarily like. I can't argue with you, right? Like, this isn't something to be argued about. I can't say you're wrong.
No,
because it's completely all subjective. But like,
Yeah.
I feel like there has to be a caveat thrown in there of like, you can say stuff like that, like, oh, this thing that was derived from this thing is way better. But like, that wouldn't exist without the first thing. So it's like, you almost can't compare them because it's like,
oh, 100%.
this only exists because of this other thing. So
Yeah, it also can't be objectively true.
right, because it's a subjective
Evaluation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on satire, right? Like,
Yes.
the satire wouldn't be funny without the source content. So I think this World of Darkness suffers from having too much option and too many supplements, lore, and meta plots. Yeah, it sounds like just the choice of how they wrote it was kind of
Howdy.
kind of the problem. Howdy. I don't know who said that, because I'm not getting Twitch notifications. I'm just now realizing. Atomic, thank you. I'd better check my Twitch to make sure.
That is, it's like the 3.5 problem. It's just there are so many books and like supplements and lore sheets for the different games, especially for Vampire. It's just like you get like paralysis. It's like
I can
and like
totally
they're
understand
now
that.
trying to like slim it down and condense a lot of it, and a lot of people are not happy with it.
Yeah, because I mean, like, that's what happened with 5e. Like when 5e came out, that was people's problems. Like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Where's my spy rogue? This is dumb. And I'm like, the spy rogue still exists. You just use the 3.5 rules. Like, that's the whole point. So it's like it very much. You always have to think about new additions and reiterations as supplemental anyways. So it's like, start over, limit as much as you can, don't forego the old content, and you'll always have a better time. So yeah. Down to try out a request. If not, it's chill. Also, can you type, please? No, I cannot type. I can't. Goob, you're welcome to follow the rules of the Discord if you'd like on the Discord. So, one sentence description of your character. We'll put it on the list, and then we will roll the dice, and the dice gods decide. You're officially on summer break. Nice, congratulations. Yeah, one sentence description with the race and class of the character, and we go from there. I just realized the bird has been covered up this whole time by the music. That's my bad. That's my bad. Whoa. I'm also not realizing there's two? Why is there two media captures? How long has that been going on? There we go. Any plans for summer break? I think this is as much of a Wookiee as I'm going to draw today. I don't know what else to do for him besides like really painting in all the fur, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
This needs a lightsaber now.
I think he was supposed to be like a fighter, because it was supposed to be a big brawler Wookiee. But we can give him a lightsaber. There is a Wookiee Jedi. And he had a living wood lightsaber, which is pretty dope.
Is that the one that was in Rebels, or
I believe so.
the older one?
I think it was.
Because I know of two Wookiee Jedi.
Yeah, I think it was in. I think it was in the old one. I think it was in. Yeah, because that was one with Ahsoka. He might be dead.
But technically that one was a youngling, not a full-fledged Jedi,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. In the old canon, that Wookiee did become a Jedi, but I'm not sure. He was Chewbacca's nephew. Yeah.
There was one who had like also a special lightsaber. It was more of like a light club. It was just a big beefy lightsaber.
Wow.
And it was like a bronze color. So orange.
The light cleaver. Supposedly there's a new thing coming out.
Acolyte.
Acolyte, yeah. I have not seen anything
cool.
about it yet. But apparently there's a lightsaber whip, and as always, the internet thinks that people are in an uproar about it. So I don't care.
Yeah, same. But like that has also been my responses. I've seen trailers for it, and I was like, somebody's going to try to convince me that this matters.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
I loved all the Kylo Ren shenanigans of like all the animations that came out of like, like they started making like radio antennas out of his lightsaber. It's so funny. The light whip is old. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like for everybody that I think it's false outrage because that's how the internet is.
Yep.
That stuff's been around forever, and like Kylo Ren's lightsaber thing has been out forever. It's not a big deal. It doesn't matter at all. So I don't know why people get upset about it. I don't know if they actually do. I think it's all false outrage. Someone gave me a left leg for a skeleton prop. Nice. I have a box of bones for my Halloween decorations that are all fake. I have to preface that because I have real bones too. But the box of bones is all fake for Halloween. Okay, I think I'm done with this guy. We'll just get a little more color in here for funsies. All right, rolling some dice. Here we go. I rolled a 9 again. I feel like I've rolled 9 like 7 or 8 times for this list. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. I mean, they always get shifted. So, female centaur in plate armor wielding a halberd. Damn it. It will be done. Here we go. Wookiees are just so silly. I do like Wookiees. I like Wookiees in concept and in application. But the fact that they just like they're just furry, like that's their big. It looks like some guy in a gorilla costume, right? Like or in a Bigfoot costume, and they're just so apologetic, like non-apologetic about it. They're like, yeah, this guy's got like a blaster strap. Maybe this guy's got a shoulder pauldron, but no, it's just they just furry. It's like great. They stick to it. And they're there for it. So I dig it. I should just draw Mayonnaise and be done with it.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't seen Mayonnaise in forever.
That's because we haven't been on Twitch. I might have it turned
That's
off
true.
because it's disruptive. Is it just me, or should even female centaurs just be kind of super bulky?
I'm not going to be able to give you an objective opinion on that.
That's
you
fair.
know where my heart lies.
Are you not entertained? I remember a game where you got to force toss Wookiees as Darth Vader. Oh, look, flying carpets. Jesus. I keep seeing things about this online. Apparently somebody made a Helldivers 2 mod so that it looks like stormtroopers.
I'm not surprised.
And they're like, this is a way better Battlefront than Battlefront was. And it's like, I'm down. Battlefront's always been fun, but like at the same time, it's essentially just Battlefield with Star Wars skin, which I love Battlefield, so it's like, of course I'm gonna like Battlefront. Oh, she's supposed to be wearing plate. Shoot, that's all right. We gotta go to horse base, and now we can put the armor on top. Which one of the game lines interests you the most? Yeah, I haven't played any of them, and like I said, it's not really my jam to like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at it more. Maybe Mage? Mage might be interesting. I like the idea of creating your own magic on the fly. Then again, I've always been totally fine just playing humans in all my games, so. I like werewolves. Don't get me wrong. I like werewolves, but I've never had the like need for the werewolf power fantasy.
Yeah.
I like them as cursed creatures, so it's like
Same.
If I play a werewolf, I want it to be not my choice, I guess. But I want to have to deal with the consequences that way.
My soul just died. Why?
You spoke anathema to
Bri, you knew this about me. I didn't play a werebear. I played a bear.
Can't respond planning my funeral. I did play the werewolf druid. It was my favorite druid in Diablo. Like, don't get me wrong. Werewolves are awesome. And I do like playing them. But in D&D, yeah, I don't know. I like it being a curse. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, man, the Diablo 2 werewolf build, oh, so much fun. So much fun. Just like hyper speed slashing. You're just playing a were-human. Elliot, thank you for the $4.99. Cleric Onethys Mervo. Okay, I can do that. I will write that down for the next thing here.
Top of the player. That's it. Okay.
That'll be the next one. They are cursed with responsibility in World of Darkness.
Whoop. I see chorus popping in and out, so something might be
Hello?
broken. Yep.
Hello?
It's just my mic. Every time I close it and come back, it just stops working.
Interesting. That's weird.
So I have to like leave and come back.
If people would like to donate to the Corvus Better Computer Fund, please let me know.
It's less computer and more just headset. So I think it's just the wire and the mic is getting.
Be an American. When your headset dies, buy a new computer.
Yeah, you're an internet personality. Have some self-respect.
Yeah.
No. What's self-respect?
Ugh.
I feel like if you want to be an internet personality, you have to have no self-respect.
I mean,
I have no pride. Or no shame. Which is it? Do you have no pride or no shame?
I think it's
Maybe
no
no
shame. Most internet personalities I can think of have way too much pride, but no shame.
The responsibilities of gods. At level 6 in most of the mage abilities, you just are God. Okay.
Yeah.
In a world where you can just make up your magic, that makes a lot of sense.
It's kind of interesting where I've had the magic system of mage explained to me, and just in World of Magic in general, that if people don't believe say you're trying to cast a fireball, if someone can't believe you cast a fireball without some sort of like mechanical prop, you can't cast a fireball. So it's like a matter of like belief in the zeitgeist that people have in Magic.
And in my mind, that really just feels like self-governance, like player DMs, right? It's just like, nah, you can't do that shit. It's like, oh, come on. It's like, no, that doesn't make sense. It's like, yeah, your spell fizzles. Paradox. Nope. Wrong. Incorrect. Uh-oh.
I'm not sure what. I may be getting corrected, which is fine. I've not played a World of Darkness game. I just know some of the lore.
Mage works on consensus-based reality. It's harder, not impossible. All right. Can you explain that, Bri? Oh, okay. So you can still cast the spell, but you're just like, they're resisting it? Is that a better way to describe it? It works less on them because their belief. Like, that's how the... That would make sense if that's how the resistance works. But reality is harder. Okay. Gotcha.
Unless you're crazy.
There's a character in the what the hell is it called? Journey's End that's like that. Apparently magic is all about belief and concentration. And this lady's just like, I just don't care. And it's like, uh-oh. Just like, the rules of magic state. She's like, nope, didn't learn those. Gonna do whatever the fuck I want. It's like, that's not good. The bad guy is the technocracy, actively sabotaging the world by controlling the news and financial institutions. Too close to home.
Yep.
Which is a big thing in the World of Darkness. Like, that's a bit too close for comfort.
Yep. I just watched. I watched Terminator last night, the first Terminator movie. And yeah, it's I don't like it. I mean, I like the movie. No, I like the movie. I don't like how close it is to reality at this point. The robots took over and just decided to nuke us. It's like, oh.
Look, we're still pretty far away from that, personally.
I mean, we are, and we aren't. I hope everybody in the military doesn't hook everything up to AI, which, to be fair, like, they can't make the VA system work, so I'm not super worried about them hooking AI up to anything yet. So
exactly, we're safe because administration.
We're safe by bureaucracy.
I mean, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. But
Oh god, I forgot about that. Or magic monks and mage.
I think I have the setting figured out for my next campaign. But I'm not exactly sure how to introduce people to it yet, so I gotta figure that out. But magic mages or monks sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, so like you got in mage, there's like different traditions of magic, and there's like the Akashic Brotherhood, who are very Eastern themed,
Okay.
and like also they're mage monks.
What are the undead monks in Pathfinder?
The Aeorian mummies,
Could be.
Aurori mummies.
Where they just like they guard stuff by just staying there.
Yeah,
And it's not that they're actually undead, they're just just very, very
It's a-
old.
build on the idea of like the self-mummification
Mhm.
monks.
They're the Sheikah from
Nerd Sakura,
Breath of the
hello,
Wild.
hello. Welcome in. Sorry. Go ahead, Druid.
They're like the Sheikah from Breath of the Wild.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't looked at them.
That is a great emote. Meow. It's like Godzilla cat.
Look at.
It's on Twitch.
Oh,
I keep seeing clips of Godzilla vs. Kong, or whatever the hell the new one's called. And-
where they team up together.
Yeah. And I can't decide if I should watch it or not.
Is that the one with Pink Godzilla in it?
Yes. Yes, that is-
Okay.
that is Pink Godzilla. People keep like
The only-
mashing up their fights to like buddy cop music, and it's really funny.
I have only seen the Baby Kong thing, and I'm determined I'm not going to watch that one.
The Desperate and Others? Insane mages whose avatars have been warped by their mental instability. Exist in a state of permanent quiet. Interesting. Alright. Want to rip the world apart? Be a marauder. Got it. Yep.
Yeah, that's always an option in any World of Darkness game. You just want to like rage against the world. Here's the certain clan of vampires or werewolf tribe or type of mage for you. Go wild. So out of any type of tabletop game, I would argue any World of Darkness game is one that requires a very long session 0. Just to get like are you comfortable with all these things that
Yeah.
exist in the World of Darkness?
I can see that. That makes sense. Jody Blake? Alright.
Look, Bri is our resident expert on mage though, so
My 6th campaign is starting today. Nice. Are you playing in it or are you running it? Playing it. Nice. What are you playing? What character? Okay. I might call this one done here in a little bit because I don't want to draw the whole horse, you know?
Yep.
Like, you don't want to draw a whole horse?
Centaurs are kind of that weird thing where it's technically 2 characters. Like, I'd like you to draw the top half of a goblin and the top half of a human and the top half of a... It's like these are different characters. These are all different characters. I have 5 characters as it's Out of the Abyss. Okay, cool. Winged Tiefling, Magic Sorcerer, Druid, Embers of Warlock. Life Doing Cleric. Nice. That is going to be rough. Because I'm pretty sure, don't they all, like, Out of the Abyss, most people die, right? Is that how that works? You're bringing a family into Out of the Abyss? Bold move.
Is that like one of the first adventures in 5e is Out of the Abyss?
Oh, I might be thinking of something else. The first character starts with a spider.
Or were you thinking of Descent into Avernus?
No, I thought Out of the Abyss was a basically like you start at level 0 and you just kind of try to get one character to survive. I might be thinking of something completely different.
That sounds like Warhammer.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah, because like Out of the Abyss is like an if they're referring to the 5e campaign, it's a Underdark campaign.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I was thinking of something different then. I don't know a lot of the modules. I should probably start looking at those. That's where all the cool characters are.
My first ever 5th edition campaign started out. I mean, we didn't get far because of player conflicts. Was like the elemental evil princes module. Princes of Elemental Evil. That's what it was.
Gotcha. I don't know if I've ever played it. No, I played The Mines of Phandelver twice. And both times, halfway through, they diverted into their own campaigns. So, I think that's about as far as I've ever gotten, though. In a 5e module. Why so many good artists not speak English?
Huh?
Yeah, what? I guess it's the Underdark. Okay. Probably because there's a big chunk of the world that doesn't speak English, and
Yeah.
if you're always looking for artists, you're gonna bump into them.
I would argue that because of the internet, you're more likely to find artists that can speak English now than you would have been at any point in history.
That's true. Or you're trying to commission something and you're running into a language barrier. I've had that happen a few times. Scrolls through Twitch, there's some people doing some amazing art, but they look at tags and I can't tell them I like it. Gotcha. Google Translate. It's not perfect. Artes muy bien. And if they're on Twitch, there's probably a good chance that they do speak English. It generally behooves people to interact with American companies when they're American-based.
Yeah.
So, a lot of the world does the right thing and has people learn multiple languages. America's kind of behind the times on that one. I say as I took Spanish, French, German, and Japanese, but I just didn't learn any of them.
Yep.
Okay, I think I'm done with this one. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the merfolk now. He didn't really. Well, it's fine. It's implied. It's an implied centaur. Okay, cleric of Nathis, merfolk. Here we go. The issue is the American just forgets stuff. Yeah, taking one semester of a language does not fluent make. Like,
Yep.
it should really be
It's
part of our like continued curriculum.
yeah. For people like me who have difficulty with languages, like it's probably impossible without full immersion.
I bet if you had started at a younger age, you would be like that's really the biggest thing. Like the longer you wait to start to try to learn a language, the more harder it is.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
So, and there have been studies out that show like teaching children multiple languages earlier on help them learn all languages more easily later in life. So it's like I don't think I took my first language class until like 6th or 7th grade, and at that point I was just like, I don't give a shit about this. So
Yeah, I didn't get my first foreign language class until 10th grade.
1 in 5 people speak English. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Big part of that is because Wall Street.
We also forget English. We don't use it too much. That's true too. This is true too. There's a lot of people out there that can't speak English well, so as a native language. It's a bad pinky. There we go. Am I drawing small? I feel like I zoomed in. I'm drawing kind of small. So I'm late. What did I miss? A bunch of drawings. A bunch of talking about World of Darkness and stuff.
Yeah.
¿Dónde está el baño? Where's the bathroom? Me gusta... Oh, maybe I shouldn't read these. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Oh, man.
I can only remember a couple of choice German swear words.
Where's the bar? It might be church. I can't remember if biblioteca is bar or church. I think it's nightclub.
I thought it was
It's library.
Is library? Oh, okay. Got it. Yep. Can I have another beer, please? Where's the bathroom?
They say it's beer.
Darf ich auf Toilette gehen? Can I go to the bathroom, please? Or where is the toilet, I think?
Me gustaría. I don't. Very good. Can I have another good beer? No, because one more would be uno más. Uno más cerveza, por favor. One more beer, please. So, me gustaría, Pedro, una cerveza. I'd like another beer? How's that? I know kitchen Spanish, and what I mean by that is I learned most of my Spanish just working in kitchens. So, yeah. Más platos. Dos baño? No, not dos baños. Oh, what's garbage? Shoot. I used to know how to ask somebody to take out the garbage. I would like to order a beer. Okay. Basura, yeah. There we go.
The fish I caught was this big. There's stuff about what I have drawn that I really like, and there's stuff that I hate.
Am I doing the same pose? Pretty close.
Close, but not quite. You are also actually drawing the hands, which I am only just getting to.
hands.
Things I remember how to do today. Hands. Things I don't remember how to do. Everything else. It's one or the other. So, a Cleric of Nathis probably doesn't need to be burned on one side completely, but I kind of want to do it. So we're gonna toast up this side of the merfolk.
That, out of context, that is a wild sentence that you just said.
One half charboiled merfolk. Why not? I just rewatched all the pirate movies. The fourth and fifth one are kind of hot garbage. Just gonna throw that out there. And not like they're made very well. Like the costumes, cinematography is kind of weird in some of them, but like the writing is just bad. It's just bad. I don't get what's going on there. Crispy side, yeah. So bilingual autodictata que no afirmo que se correcto. You're not sure if the translator works? if it's perfectly correct. I just realized that in a world with merfolk, are they seafood? I mean, tuna fish exists, right? Like, you never know what you're gonna catch in that net.
Most tuna fishermen also catch a lot of dolphins.
Yep.
So the question becomes then, what's your catch and release policy?
What's your percentage of merfolk and tuna fish?
Yeah. And considering the way the hierarchy of predation functions within the ocean, do the merfolk actually care?
I'm self-taught bilingual. I can't promise it's correct. Gotcha. Okay. Does the person half of the merfolk taste like fish?
Or do they taste like pork?
Yep.
I bet they taste like seal. Which just tastes like super fishy fish. At least that is what I was told.
Have I eaten seal? I don't think so. Maybe? I don't think so.
I have not. Given the way I feel about seafood, it just would not happen even if somebody offered me. But I have spent some time in Atlantic Canada, and I have spoken to people there who ate seal flipper pie.
Yeah, one of my aunts lived in Alaska for quite a while, so she brought back all kinds of stuff. That was interesting.
Hello?
Howdy,
Hey.
howdy.
Okay.
You back?
Yep. I just said Drew can never be a newfie.
No. No, I could not.
The giant dog?
No.
The
Sort of related.
The Canadian province Newfoundland.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The
Yeah.
people there go by the moniker Newfies.
Gotcha. Yeah, I only know that from the dog. Dog breed.
The babysitter dog.
Mm-hmm.
They're so fluffy.
I always thought they were kind of just like slightly hairier labs, and it's like, which they kind of are, but it's like, you're a lot bigger than a lab.
Oh yeah, no, they're huge.
Yeah.
It's like a Saint Bernard Labrador.
Yep.
Saint Bernard Retriever.
But I guess you didn't hear my Nessus themed swear.
I
earlier
didn't.
then.
What'd you get?
Nope.
I said by Nessus's charred backside.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Even better, by Nessus's charged left butt cheek.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think charred cheeks would be better. My name is charred cheek. But I didn't want to steal your joke, so
That's fine. Still away.
run that one by me again. Wait, I got a better one. Wait. Okay.
I love how unoriginal Nessus's sacred animal is, though. This is zebra.
Oh yeah.
It's like, bit on the nose, don't you think?
I mean, Loths is a spider.
Yeah, but she is a spider.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe Nathus is a zebra.
He's certainly black and white.
Also,
Didn't Two-Face also like love zebras?
I don't know.
No idea.
Other options: peacocks and whales.
Wait for Nathus?
Yep.
Hmm.
But zebra is like top tier. Then like whales or peacocks are other options as secret animals.
Interesting.
Like peacock, I kind of get. They're kind of magical, mystical looking birds, but like a whale.
Yeah, I don't
If they
get that.
said orca,
Oh, black
it
and
would
white.
make sense.
Yeah, okay. I could see that.
But like orcas are dolphins, so
Jeez, God of knowledge. Get your shit together.
exactly. Or random writer at Paizo.
Yep. Okay. There, that's done. And that was a viewer, or that was a suggestion, so I will shrink that down. Put that over here. And we'll just leave that right there. Let's do the next one.
The mermaid suggestion.
Yep. Roll the dice. 3. A dragonborn cowboy ranger with a crossbow and a trench coat.
Wow, second cowboy one.
Mm-hmm. We haven't done an orange one yet. Let's do an orange one. I have to design a dragon for my next commission. I think this afternoon I'm gonna. Sorry, let me preface this real quick. I'm gonna try to stream in the Discord, and I'm going to try to get the artwork done for the next video because I want to try to get that video out next week. And then I need to design a dragon. So I need to find some cool dragon head shapes. Mana dragon? That sounds pretty awesome. So like an aether dragon? Infinite spell slots but can't cast spells? Ooh, that's pretty.
The new redesign for Go Dragons for the Physician remaster.
I dig it. I dig it. I just heard my phone beep. Hold on a second. I might. 1 second.
That is gold scaly Articuno.
Yep. I'm really partial to the bronze dragon this guy designed, though. See if I can find it, because I had.
I looked over and saw the GIF Atomic Sorcery posted of the Gila monster and thought for a split second that was the bronze dragon you were talking
No.
about. Ooh, nice.
At least in the bronze dragons are sea dragons.
Yeah.
You know, like swim and live in underwater coastal caves. And it's like that reads more sea dragon than it did in the past. So
Yeah, I agree. I think the verdigris or the inclusion of the verdigris green in the metallic really helps with that.
mm-hmm.
All right. Tell me, chat. Did I go too far again?
I like the weird baited fishnet thingy.
Yeah. I pulled it from. I can't even remember what book it was, but there was a character. It was a woman who was I guess not like non-deific priestess,
Okay, I'm back.
and she had what was called a prayer dress, and it was like her magical focus, and it functioned like she was she as a character was the focus of magic for her village, and so like her magical focus was literally the dress she wore, and it was covered with ribbons that were tied all over it, and each ribbon was a physical representation of a prayer given by one of the people in her community.
Are we talking about Final Fantasy X?
No.
No. Okay.
Was that in Final Fantasy X?
Kind of. It sounds close.
Yeah, it was from a book I read. I don't even remember what book it was.
Which
But,
one's 10?
The one with Yuna and Titus. Blitzball.
Okay, yep. The ocean one.
The ocean one, yep. She dons
all
the
about
ceremonial
summoners.
garments and summons the blah 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 gobbledygook.
That Kmo Dragon gif is hilarious.
Just shaking his bits. Seems like Hera to me. It does have some Hera vibes.
Anyway. Not 100% happy with this, but I'm not going to redraw it, so. I am happy with the concept.
I love it how you will get something fully painted and then be like, I don't want to redraw this. You painted that whole thing, Druid. Like, you stopped drawing it like an hour ago.
I know. Actually, I almost didn't draw anything on this. I started by painting in silhouette.
Okay. There you go.
Oh dear, Druid.
So, I think the only thing that I drew was the jewelry, the ribbons, and the hands.
I do like the ribbons. The ribbons are really good.
All right. Am I still looking at a D12?
D10.
D10.
Let me double check.
Oh boy.
Do a D12 just because we have 11.
Oh, well, I rolled a 2 anyway, so it
That's
doesn't really matter.
An anglerfish, big mouth, sharp teeth, knoll. What? Hold on.
I'm prepared with Google.
No.
Oh no.
They want a knoll mermaid that is also an anglerfish. So here's the problem. Here's the problem with this. If you draw a knoll that is a merfolk, where do you put the anglerfish?
Yeah.
Because that's two different heads on top of a body.
Or do they want the bauble?
I'll read it verbatim. An anglerfish, big mouth and sharp teeth, knoll hybrid. But think mermaid skin. So if it's got mermaid skin, that means not fuzzy knoll, which means what do they want about the knoll that becomes an anglerfish? So yeah,
If you're in the chat,
please clarify.
I'll play with it.
Big mouth, sharp teeth, knoll hybrid, but think mermaid skin. So maybe their anglerfish is because it's a knoll. It's a knoll mermaid. I don't know. That's up to you. Take it as it is.
Yeah, I'll play with it.
Do what you want.
I'll see what I get. Run it through Google Translate. Maybe it's not English.
That could be true. I don't want it to sound like I'm shaming people. I just don't understand. I just don't understand what's happening. No body shape? Maybe? But, like, a null body shape on a merfolk? So it's just, like, big and hunchy? Male cicadas make the noise? Yeah. I'm hearing no body plan, anglerfish head, but not fluffy. It's essentially a murloc at that point, I think.
Oh.
Like
Oh,
anglerfish
oh.
are already squat little.
Yeah.
Especially the males are even tinier than the females.
They're tiny, yeah. What's the, what are the fish people in, Nagas?
No.
In WoW?
Yeah.
Yeah, those will be Nagas in WoW.
There's a creature I want to show you that makes me think of what this is. Da, 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 da. There are so many like really good redesigns for World of Warcraft that just aren't in the game. I really didn't think these guys had legs, but apparently they do. I was thinking of the Naga Brute. Which looks something like this. I'll post this in chat.
Oh.
I really didn't think they had legs. I thought they had giant fish tails, but apparently they don't. Maybe there's a variant somewhere, but it doesn't matter. Have I missed any Twitch things? No, it seems like we're doing all right. Boo, boo, ba, boo, ba.
Maybe this will help Druid.
I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Like you, I mean, posted, but like, I think you guys are having a much harder time with this
That's
than I am.
pretty good, actually. That's got a Ben 10 vibe. Oh, that is from Ben 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the artist I was talking about, who's been going through all the Benton aliens and redesigning them.
Gotcha.
Valentino Lesso on Twitter.
I like leaving hearts in everyone's suggestions so I can personally mark them as rolled for fun. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're basically checking off the ones that have been done. I do the opposite. I delete them. I delete them when I draw them. But that's because then the list gets smaller, and when I roll the dice, it just fixes itself. I still don't think I've talked to anybody that's played the new WoW expansion yet, which just kind of makes me sad.
Did we actually figure out if there was a new one out, like now?
Oh yeah, I guess we didn't, did we? I thought the expansion was out, but maybe they're just doing like the pre-release content stuff, or like the pre-patch stuff.
It looks like one of them is out.
Okay.
Called War Within.
That sounds right.
8 new dungeons and 1 challenging raid.
8 dungeons, eh? That's a lot. I think they usually only like let 3 or 4 out at a time.
Because the 3 expansions are called War Within, Midnight, and The Last Titan.
Oh, are those 8 dungeons over the 3, or is that just this one?
I
Don't know. That's fine.
don't know.
Yeah.
Because
That's okay.
I'm just reading like the bit on the World of Warcraft War Within thing.
It would not surprise me if they're releasing those 8 over the course of the 3 expansions.
They added a new playable allied race.
Which means they
The
reskinned something, and I think it was the trolls.
Not this one.
Not this one?
It's a dwarf.
Ah.
It's like a weird statuesque dwarf.
Oh yeah, they're like the earthbound ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna scoot you over a little bit. This was a dragonborn cowboy, right? With a trench coat. Was there anything else with it?
Was it a crossbow?
Crossbow. I think that is what I was forgetting.
Fake?
I didn't want to draw the cowboy hat. Just because. If you put a cowboy hat on a dragonborn, they look like a lizard folk. So how can I make him look more cowboyish? Maybe a piece of straw?
Bolo tie.
Ooh, bolo tie. Oh, but I'm drawing it from the side. Hmm.
Oh. Then
little
a
glasses.
bandana around the neck.
Ooh, bandana's not bad.
It didn't dawn on me that it was you were on side profile, so.
Yeah, Doug was asking if it doesn't need a cowboy hat. I do a lot of cowboy hats as like a base, base for cowboys, but I'm gonna do something a little different this time. I like the bandana idea. I guess that's kind of what I was doing here. Okay, I got this. We give him the cowboy hat, but we put it on his back.
Ah.
And then we'll put the little strings. Yeah, cowboy hats are hard to draw.
You call that proof of concept. Start over.
Make it transparent. Draw it again. Is that squeaking sound in the background normal? Is there squeaking sound? Or are you talking about the music going? Or can you guys hear my pen?
I don't hear anything.
It might have been the music. I think Corvus had the right of it here. I think we need a big scarf. Big bandana. We'll make it checkered. Must have been the music, yeah. And then we'll get the trench coat here, and we'll just make that go higher. And then we'll put the crossbow in his back. Cowboy kind of looks like a bandit. I think those can be interchanged. Not all bandits are cowboys, but not all cowboys are bandits. So. El Banditos.
Vaqueros, if you will.
Huevos rancheros. I was looking up. I was looking up the local ordinances for whether or not I can shoot my bow on my own property.
Yeah.
And apparently, bows and crossbows in Washington State do not count as weapons unless used in the
Threatening manner.
Yeah. So a crossbow is not a weapon until you try to kill somebody with it, and then it's a weapon.
I mean, that's a fair argument to make.
That's true for every weapon.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what, like, the same is true for guns.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that everything? Exactly. Like, nothing is a weapon until you stab somebody with it. And then it's a weapon.
I will say, though, how often are people getting shot with bows and arrows intentionally?
Yeah, that's very true.
It may happen here where I live, but I doubt there.
While I was out shooting, because I went bow shooting at a range the other day, and while I was shooting, a guy like just pulled over on the side of the road, and he's like, "Hey, how do you do that?" I'm like, "How do you do what? Shoot a bow?" And he's like, "Well, I have a bunch of bows, but none of them are stringed, and I don't know where to start." I was like, "Huh, okay." And it was kind of an interesting thing. So yeah, like, I love bows. Bows are great. I've been shooting them since I was like 10. But yeah, like I had my family to kind of teach me about that kind of stuff. I don't know where you would go to try to learn how to use a bow.
An outdoorsman club?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, go to
Bass Pro
Cabela's.
Shop?
Go to the Bass Pro Shop. I said go to Cabela's, and the guy looked at me like I was stupid, and I was like, they don't call them that here. What the hell are they called here? And I had to think of Bass Pro Shop, because in Idaho they're called Cabela's.
Well, they're the same thing now. I think
They
Bass
are, yeah.
Pro Shop bought Cabela's.
I believe so.
Or vice versa.
Yeah. Like if you go to the Bass Pro Shop, you can buy Cabela's stuff there. But I just thought that was funny because it's that has changed since I shopped there in Idaho.
Yeah, I used to get Cabela like catalogs all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We even get like the special edition Christmas catalogs that
Yeah.
were like hardback.
I did not get the hard copy. That's funny.
Yep.
Why take fingernail clippers taken at the airport? It's not a weapon. That's a good point. I don't know.
Because they think that you can get in the back and use it to cut electrical wires.
Ah. In the case, if you use it only to hurt, not to kill, it's still a weapon. I believe so, yeah. If you're arguing that bows and arrows aren't lethal, you're wrong.
Yeah, no, I would never argue against that. I am just... It's almost impractical anymore, though. It's like... I feel like
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it is.
It's a whole
Maybe
lot
it is just
easier.
an ease of access thing. Like guns are weapons because they can always. They're kind of the barrier to entry to make them a weapon is so hard. But if you see somebody walking down the street with a bow and then they have to draw an arrow, you're like, hold on a minute.
Have a crunch.
I gotta get the hell out of here. Okay, I think that's a pretty good Dragonborn cowboy.
Just remembering that when my friend who took his concealed carry license tests, he found out that flails count, that you, for some reason, flails
Mm-hmm.
require a concealed carry license in Kentucky.
Yeah, I actually looked into that too. No, not specifically, but I saw that. And what it is just for clarity's sake, not advocating this, any type of bludgeoning weapon that is designed as a weapon. So, like, a baseball bat is not technically a bludgeoning weapon, but a baton that is designed specifically for that has to be, you have to have a license to carry that. Because it's especially like the retractable ones.
Yeah.
So any bludgeoning weapon that is sole purpose is designed as a weapon has to be licensed for.
Interesting. Thank you for clarification.
Yeah.
We just thought it was funny because it's specified flails.
Yeah, not swords.
That's one of the options.
Oddly enough, swords you don't need a concealed carry permit for because they're hard to conceal. But you're also not allowed to conceal them. So if you carry a sword, you have to carry it out in the open.
Like rifles.
Yep.
Gotta love the weird laws.
Yep. I still remember when I was little, them sending out a thing saying, "Hey, stop bringing your hunting rifles to school. Do not leave shotguns in your trucks at school." It's like, but I'm going hunting after school, and it's just like, and like, oh, people were so mad. People were so mad. Yep.
I was never. Granted, like, I did go to school at a later time than you did. So that was never really an option, not an option, but like a problem for most of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think one person had like their hunting rifle with them, and the reason they told them like you got at least like I don't know, stuff it underneath your seat is because people could see it and like break the window and take it.
Yeah.
So it's more or less, we don't want accidents to happen, or you're gonna be stolen. That's terrifying.
Well, thank you.
Bork, bork, bork. It looks like Eldritch Scooby-Doo.
It does.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Well, tell me I'm not fulfilling the prompt.
I said you could do whatever you wanted.
Oh god.
Turns out if you give a hyena a bigger like dangly jaw, it just becomes a Great Dane.
You need a perk to be trained by an elf. What did I miss? What are we training elves for? What time is it? 1:40. Do I have time to do another one? I think so. I think we can do one more. 5. A lizard folk brute fighter, a cannibalistic I think caprocious. I don't know what that.
Capricious?
Kaprosuchus. Is that how you spell capricious?
No.
Okay. I am assuming.
Google search.
Is that a type of lizard, maybe?
Was this one that was on community post?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lizard folk brute fighter. Cannibal who eats people. More lizards. Here we go.
Well, if you're a lizard folk and you don't, it's hard to call lizard folk eating things cannibalism.
Right.
However, I would imagine lizard folk also would eat their other kind. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. There's a.
Lizards don't care. Lizards are opportunistic. They'll eat anything.
I was gonna say, most things are cannibalistic.
it's the prehistoric crocodile thing that Drew posted last
Oh,
Wednesday.
Yeah.
it's the crocodile with long legs.
Yeah.
Can I get a new picture? Am I just gonna draw a for alligator? Is that what's going on?
It's very for alligator. Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Let me try to
If you aren't allowed to conceal a sword, then run from Blue Exorcist is breaking the law every time he carries his sword concealed, which is all the time. Oh, Rin from Blue Exorcist, yeah.
Well, that's
He's got permission from the Pope to do whatever the fuck he wants, I think.
also a different country.
If I remember right, I think he's got like a license to kill from the Pope. So he's probably got the license permit for it.
The legs are a little bit too long on this, but that's kind of basically the idea. The back legs are longer than the forelegs.
I do appreciate
Like
the
some
jest,
cats.
though.
Caprosuchus.
Got all them teeth and no toothbrush. Don't you talk bad about Mama Colonel Sanders? Watching Drakenheim from the Dungeon Dudes? Okay. I have heard about them.
level 1 feat for Minotaurs. Friendly nudge. You don't always have time to wait for your allies to make a move, so it's best to politely move them yourself.
That's great.
Attempt an athletics check to shove an ally. You don't need a free hand to attempt this action. And if your ally is willing, treat the result as 1 degree of success higher.
That would actually be really fun with the some of the new champion stuff. Not champion stuff, but
Guardian?
guardian stuff. Yeah, just moving everybody around the field all the time.
Yep.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe that'll be my next character.
Level 9 feet.
Oh,
Friendly fling.
even better.
Oh no, the friendly nudge is level 1.
Okay.
Friendly fling is a level 9 feat. It's 2 actions. You can scoop up your friends with your horns and hurl them across the battlefield.
With your
Hell yeah.
horns?
Yes.
Turn everybody else into a roadie or a rodeo clown.
Pick up a adjacent willing ally who is smaller than you, which is easy considering Minotaurs are large.
Mm-hmm.
And toss them into an unoccupied space you can see within 20 feet. Since you're using your horns, you don't need any hands to do this as a free action. And your allies do not trigger reactions as this is
Force
technically, force movement. Your ally ends its movement on their feet. It doesn't take any damage from the fall, but takes 1d6 piercing damage from your horns.
That's funny.
Okay, so there are some goblin builds that synergizes with excellently.
Oh god.
I think there's a goblin feat called Throw Me, isn't there?
I believe so.
Let's see. Later on, there's a feat called Shift the Little Ones.
Ah.
And it requires friendly nudge.
Okay.
With your large size, you need to carefully move around your smaller friends. You have learned to move in such a way that gives others a chance to make room for you. Stride up to your speed, and if your movement ends in position where one or more of your spaces is occupied by an ally, each ally can immediately step as a free action.
That sounds awesome. It's a single action. So it's because we're at level 10 now. There's the elven step that lets you step twice every time you step. And it's just
Oh,
like,
gee.
that's
So like a
so
10-foot
powerful.
step?
Yeah, you get a 10-foot step, which is great
Jeez.
because Fineye is so slow. He only has 25 feet of movement anyways. It's just like, yeah, I'll cut my movement in half to never take attacks of opportunity. Let's do that.
Sounds like you need either Boots of Bounding or take the Fleet Feet.
I mean, I'm wearing plate mail. Full plate makes you slow. I think I have something else that slows me down too. It might be the temporal thing. I'm not sure.
Or the fact that you were over encumbered for half
Yeah.
of the time that Fineye has existed.
Oh yeah, I was like 20-foot movements for a long time.
No, it wasn't because he was over encumbered. That was to pop it. He just never put points in his strength.
Yeah,
He was missing
that's right.
point allegations.
That's right.
I assumed it would do it automatically. It did not. It didn't
Nope.
transfer over. And it didn't prompt me to fix that. That was my suggestion. Nice.
Puzzle solver. When you attempt a recall knowledge about a subject or creature, you gain a +1 circumstance bonus on that skill check. It's a +2 if you're a master in that skill.
Is the Minotaur playable race still immune to the maze spell, or is the maze spell no longer a thing in
So
D&D?
maze is still a thing, sort of. It's what's it called now? Because they literally get to cast it at like, yeah, Into the Labyrinth. Maze is now called Quandary. And so that's a 17th level feat. I don't think they're immune to it, but I think there's a what's it called? I think there's a feat that basically kind of like can negate some of the effects of Maze. So. Or maybe a certain type of them, like heritage or something.
Maze Runner. That sounds familiar.
It's a game, mobile game.
Is it, I think it's a racial feat for minotaurs.
Mm.
You get perception bonuses or something for.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar to me.
There's also stealth minotaurs.
Stuffed minotaurs.
It's a heritage.
Stealth.
Oh.
So they're called stalker minotaurs.
Stalkers. Another World
Despite
of Warcraft.
your large frame, you walk on shaggy hooves that muffle your footfalls. I don't think that's how that works.
That's not how that works.
I don't know. I've been snuck up on by mountain goat before.
Cows can be pretty sneaky in the dark. It's weird.
It's also like has to do with like the lore. Like the Minotaur from mythology was always super quiet and stalked people. So you get trained in stealth, and you get the terrain stalker feat. Except you must choose rubble as your terrain.
Druid, are you insinuating that mountain lions have fluffy paws?
Not mountain lion, mountain goat.
Oh,
And they've got padded hooves.
do they?
It's one of the reasons why they're so good at climbing. They've got basically like felt or moleskin pads.
Yeah, a lot of
They've also got the pointy
goats.
hooves.
The horns?
The toes, like a pointy toes.
Oh, they've got really. They got super pointy hoofies.
If you ever take up rock climbing shoes are built like goat hooves.
Yeah.
They point down a little bit. It's weird. May I
They're
ask for
not
bigger teeth?
comfortable.
I mean, how much bigger do you want?
Numbers.
Big old chompers?
Hodag leather. Nice.
Hodag leather? Why does that sound familiar? What is this?
So, the Hodag, now saying that accent because it's from, I believe, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cryptid.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I've heard of that.
They actually kind of took it serious and kind of made a more imposing looking thing, but it really is like, kind of described as like a reptile bull thing that just romps through the marshes of Minnesota.
Which is the one that cries? Is that the Hodag?
No. Oh god, what is it? Hang on. Ugly.
The pig?
The squonk,
The
I
squawk.
think.
Yeah. The crying squonk.
Yep, squonk.
Okay.
It cries because it's so ugly.
I feel like that's just a your mama joke that got a little overblown.
Yeah, I can see that.
Jesus.
That's
Oh.
squonk.
You know, I was sure that this this null anglerfish was going to turn out a lot funnier than it has.
Did you try to make it goofy?
I did a little bit. Especially on the first pass.
Those are codex.
Cold eggs.
No, I was trying to look. Only reason I came across the codex thing was I was looking for one of the graphs that was released to let you have a anglerfish marble grafted
Nice.
to you.
Oh, one of the grafting things?
Yep.
That's funny.
Yep, Pathfinder getting officially freaky with all of the flesh warping stuff you can.
I mean,
Uh,
I
they
think it's
have-
good.
Been able to do in lore.
Yeah. Having the list of possibilities so that people can build stuff is, I think, real smart.
Yeah, I agree, and it's something that I love and something that I'm grateful for, and one of the reasons why I like Paizo more than 5e, or more than WotC, because Paizo actually tries to fill out that sort of stuff.
We get it, Druid. You're a shield for Paizo. We get
I
it already.
am.
Just apply already.
Get it.
I actually legit think I will.
Good.
I mean,
You
I
can
have
give
a
us all
reference
the
of it right now, Drag. I don't know. What am I doing wrong? The teeth are, as far as I can tell, correct.
He wants the teeth. I gave you a artist rendering of an image here. I'll. They got some big old tusky sort of teeth. And also drag, if it's not getting done the way you want it to, then you're gonna have to pay.
Yeah.
That was the other part. It was just like,
These are just free sketches.
Okay. Here, this one's actually really good. That should be helpful.
yeah, I feel like I've now made them bigger than they actually are, so I don't know.
Your guys' shoulders are also out of control large.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well.
That's okay,
I
though.
tried to make them real bulky, but
Yeah.
I think it's a little much. Let's tone it down a bit.
Also, for all the moose lovers out there in the world, there's now rules for being a were-moose in Pathfinder.
I mean, I think they had to do that because of the awakened thing.
Yeah.
Well, probably less for the awakened thing and more the fact that you can now. There's a archetype for playing a were creature.
Yeah. That actually does look way better. My shoulders did get too out of control.
It was really just that it implied that the arms were like twice as thick as his neck.
Yeah.
Speaking of out of control arms,
That is a beefy moose.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is a beefy movie.
how do they?
Doesn't even have wrists. Or
How do
elbows.
they spread the curse? Now I'm thinking about it.
Drool.
Gore. They gore you
That's funny.
with. Spike you with the antlers and voila.
I think moose drool would be pretty funny because if you've ever been too close to a moose, like you're gonna get slimed. There's just no way around it.
I have never been that close to a moose, thank goodness.
I done turned pet a moose once. Got yelled at for it too, but I don't care. Whatever.
As long as the moose didn't care.
No, it was pretty chill.
Which is not surprising. Moose are usually pretty comfortable. There's not a lot that can threaten them.
Yeah, you really got to like sneak up on them to piss them off. But
Yeah, or be around them when they've got a baby.
and if they're doing that, they usually won't come near people.
Yeah.
Druid, I kind of hate that you were right. Yes, it's their antler attack that passes on the curse of the weremoose.
Ha ha
That's
ha.
pretty funny.
See, I know how Paizo works.
They've
That
also
job
added a
is as
wereshark,
good as
which
mine.
I thought they already had a wereshark, but I guess they didn't have them in 2E.
They didn't have in 2E yet. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know there's one in the monster manual for 1E.
That's a super low DC for this curse.
Okay. It is
Low
2
as in
o'clock.
Easy to get, low as in easy to save from.
I think we are about done for the day. Druid, how close you feeling? We can keep going. I just don't think I'm going to draw anymore. I think that's it.
Yeah. I can wrap this up relatively quickly.
I can keep adding. I can keep adding a.
Like, I really just have to do the anglerfish part of this, and like the bottom half of an anglerfish is just, it's tiny. It's nothing.
But Druid, when I said it's like a low DC, to save against the weremoose, it's a 17 fort save.
Oh.
What's the DC
Yeah.
of the creature? I'm going to guess 3 or 4.
You're correct, 3.
Yeah.
I feel like the moose should be like, I don't know, at least like 5, maybe 6, because moose.
I mean-
r-
Maybe.
maybe.
And the shark one is 18 because it's 4.
You could always scale it up if it's a
Yeah.
really scary moose.
Six and 7 is where the really scary creatures kind of started to pop up.
Yeah.
Because if you're, I believe the animate dream, the nightmare that was Chimney Man. I believe he was level 7.
It was 10.
I think he was 10. I think that's why we had so much trouble with him.
Nope, he's level 8.
Oh boy.
who I think was also scaled up to 9 though.
Well, the main one was, but I mean, there were a couple of extras, right? And those ones were standard. And you guys still had a hard time with them.
Yeah.
And they were like for your guys' level.
My character was built to fight the dead.
Not
Physical dead.
literal nightmares.
Not nightmares. Oop. Our playlist ended, so I think we're done
done
here today.
Okay, that's fine. I just got a couple of fins to draw in, and I'm done.
Okay. If your stuff didn't get drawn today, I will put up a new list on Monday. And you can resubmit those, or you can resubmit them next week on the viewer suggestion streams. Like I said, I'll probably be hanging around the Discord for a little bit later. I have to do something, I think, at 4, so I might have to take a break there. But yeah, probably just be hanging out in Photoshop. I'm going to get some lunch, take a quick break, check on the kiddo, and then we'll come back and we'll do that. So thanks again, everybody. I'm hearing no body. Oh no, okay, we're good there. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Thanks again for hanging out. Let's see if there's anybody on Twitch we can go hang out with, or anybody on YouTube. Let's see what's going on there. Redirect. Nope. So let's go check Twitch. Oh man. How does this work? Nope, I don't want to go to channel. I have to go video production, manage streams, click the button, close the button, click the other button. Please only show me people I'm following. Paizo's online. They're talking about bug people.
They're cicada folk,
That's right.
which is
The Cirque?
yeah, prescient for this time of year, right?
I think, yeah, probably intentional.
Especially for this year specifically.
Yeah, for this year specifically. I very much wonder if they did plan out their calendar that well.
It's like you're giving this probably way too much credit.
Yeah.
I think they were good, like, that they wouldn't do that. I feel like that's still pushing it.
Callum Byers art. They're doing some pencil drawings. That could be cool. Yeah, let's go check them out. Okay. Thanks again, everybody. It's wisdom of the day. A lot of animals in nature are cannibals. Be careful. Especially fish. Fish and lizards like to eat
Oh yeah.
other fish and lizards. And squirrels. Squirrels are cannibals. Really weird. Okay. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your ass at the table. We'll catch everybody later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
We'll put a link in the YouTube chat for people if they'd like to follow. Oop, there we go.